This door has been a problem for a while. It was getting more and more difficult to open. I fear that I've damaged the handle a little bit because it was, you felt like you were really having to pull on the handle and really struggle to get it open. And then it just stopped opening at all. The inside handle stopped working when I took it off to stretch carpet the sliding door. And then they both were not working. So I just kind of ignored it because we were getting on with the ceiling. And it wasn't that I didn't want to deal with it, but I didn't want to deal with it right then. It was in my mind that it had to be solved. And I was really hoping that I wouldn't have to go to a garage and pay anybody to fix it. So I was like, I can solve this myself. And solve it I did, people. At least for now. It feels so good to have solved it myself. I now know how my door opening mechanism works. If this problem happens again, then I'm going to know how to deal with it. Plus, it didn't cost me any money. I just wanted to show you how I solved it in case it's useful for any of you out there. So let me just show you a little bit more about what the problem was. So what was happening is I was pulling on this handle and this bit here at the rear of the door at the bottom was popping out, but it was still latched at the top, so I couldn't open the door. We could just about do it with two people by pushing this back end in as we pulled the handle at the other end. To be quite honest, I'm not entirely sure why that worked, to push that end in, but it did. It obviously did something to release the latch there also at the top. I YouTubed it, of course. I will put the link for the video that I ended up using in the description because he actually shows him taking it apart and doing it, whereas I've already done it. So you won't be able to really clearly see what I did, but it will give you the general idea. Let me show you. There are two latches on this door. They're on the rear of the door. One here. That one was unlatching when I pulled the handle. That's why the bottom of the door was popping out. But there is also one here at the top. Get in there a little bit closer, see if you can see it. That one wasn't unlatching. And when I YouTubed it, I found out that there is a cable that runs all the way down the inside of this door that was slack. Because the cable wasn't tight or taut anymore, it wasn't pulling up enough to open the latch. What I had to do was remove both of these latches. This one here at the top, there are two bolts here on the outside. This one here, there's three bolts on the outside, but the mechanism comes off to the inside, whereas the upper mechanism comes off to the outside. Let me see if I can try to show you this wire that runs down the inside of my door. It's not easy because you have to get your hand reached right in. Let's see if we can do it. I'm gonna have to turn you on your side so that I can get the camera in to see it. But you can see there that that is that top latch. And there is a wire there that's hooked in at the top. And when I pull the door handle, that pulls down and opens the latch. That cable had become slack, so it needed tightening. The place to tighten that whole cable system is on the bottom latch, which is why I had to take the bottom latch out so I could get to the mechanism. And I'm gonna try and show that to you now. Again, it's difficult to get in to show you. Okay, so we have to go in sideways again. When you unscrew the bolts on the outside and on the top latch as well, you can pull that out, not all the way out, but to around here, and then you can access the cable, which you can see is running up through that. You can see on the bottom there's a white thing that's holding it in. When you get the mechanism out, you can remove that, and then there's a little turny thing that you can turn to either make the wire tighter or slacker. So obviously I tightened that up, and then it was a bit of a pain because obviously you can't test whether it's in the right place until you put everything back. So we put everything back, then tested it. It still wasn't quite enough. So we took everything off again, tightened it a little bit more, and now it seems to be working. The other thing that I did do, let me show you. I adjusted this. I had already adjusted this one here at the bottom. You can see where that one was in the incorrect place because of the damage at the side of where it goes into. Adjusting that had the effect of pulling the bottom of the door in a little bit, and I adjusted this one by making it not pull the top of the door in quite so much, because that was still making it a bit difficult to open. It was in a little bit the wrong place. I think those are just trial and error though. You just have to adjust them and see what is right for your door. Now, the thing is, I've always had a big gap at the bottom of my door, but now it seems to be even bigger. Let me show you. Okay, so yeah, you can see that gap. That gap seems to be bigger than it was before. But the door is opening and closing, so for now I'm going to take that as a win. But if anybody knows what else I can do to adjust the door so that that bottom of the door comes in even more, I've already adjusted the catches on the side that I just showed you as much as I can. There's nothing more that I can adjust there. So I'm thinking maybe there's something on the sliding mechanism that I can change. If you know, drop it in the comments and let me know, please, because it's not urgent. The door is working. But obviously for keeping heat in, I would like to solve that gap at the bottom. So let me know if you know. So there we go. That is how I fixed, at least for now, my sliding door on my Sprinter not opening from either the outside or the inside. I couldn't have done this without YouTube. I wouldn't have had a clue where to start. With YouTube, there's so much we can solve by ourselves. So hopefully this is going to be one of those videos that's out there that might help somebody else solve this problem. Maybe this video will give you the confidence to try and solve it yourself, because I don't have these skills. Not at all. I don't know how these things work. But as you go along and as problems arise, then you find a way of dealing with it and solving it. And if I hadn't been able to solve it, I would have taken it into a garage. But I didn't need to. Yay! I just want to reiterate that it was me that solved this, not my dad. My dad helped me, but I was directing it. He was just helping me because we needed two people to reattach the latches and stuff like that. One person on the outside, one person on the inside. I did it. I did it. So if you found this video helpful, if you like this video, please press the like button. If you've got anything to say about this gap at the bottom of my door, please put it in the comments. And if you just want to say hi, put it in the comments. Say hi, I would love to hear from you. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day, folks. Take care, see you soon.